Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dungeons and Dumbness. I'm joined once again today by the perilous adventurers who like to deal with my DMing shenanigans.
I'm scared.
Welcome back to episode 4. It has not been, over a month since we last recorded this episode. It has been just under 1 month since we recorded the last
Why
episode.
do you know that? Why are you telling them all their secrets?
I mean, no, we are on a good schedule. We're well maintained. We're like a well-oiled machine here in Dungeons and Dumbness.
It's been 1 week since the last session.
Point of inspiration for a failed joke, but still, it was good.
Thank you.
All right.
Poor everybody.
For those of you who haven't seen episodes 1 through 3, what are you doing? Go watch episodes 1 through 3.
What are you doing with your life?
Go watch it, dude.
They are all up on our Spotify and on our YouTube. Those are the only places we have because we don't really know anything else. We have them everywhere, anywhere you can find your podcasts.
We play D&D, that's why we don't know.
Oh yeah, that's fair. We know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, but not a lot about anything else.
Hello there, listeners. I am the one and only Nick that exists in the universe, and I'm playing the great Gabbo. If you don't know about this little fella, he's a goblin rogue, and he loves to steal from people because everybody hates him, so he hates everybody, and he wants to take out his revenge by stealing from people. He's very mischievous, and not really deceiving, he's just very mischievous and silly. And my fun fact for you all today is that tonight, from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m., Gabbo will appear in your closet. There is nothing I can do to prevent this. I'm sorry.
What? Hello, everybody. My name is Brian. I'm playing Ellotte Mayflower, and I am going to do whimsical little fairy things, i.e. stab people several times because I'm a fighter. Fun fact, he has a very precious object that he holds near and dear to his heart, and I know he has very mysterious lore. We will probably touch on that some other time.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rani. I am playing Mindy Monad, the wizard, the human wizard. She is essentially a witch. Lives in a little hut by herself with other animals, prepares potions and other magical effects and implements. She is... I guess the fun fact. The fun fact about Mindy today is that she is an orphan, which is actually not that fun, but I wanted to include it anyway because it counts.
So last but not least, I'm Laura. I play Valentine, the tiefling paladin, and I don't have a fun fact today, so I'm gonna think of something on the spot. Okay. Valentine hates jeans. Okay, she hates wearing jeans. They make her chafe really bad, so she just kind of avoids them. And also because she has a tail. So.
Yeah, she could have hold.
And because it's they're jeans. She can't really sew it because it's jeans.
Yeah, jeans.
Yeah, they're jeans. So it would be just an ugly looking hole in the back. So she avoids jeans.
People literally rip their jeans, so it's not that weird.
She's broken 6 sewing machines.
These are jeans.
It's because they're jeans.
If you're listening on YouTube, comment down below who had the best fun fact.
Yes. And if you're listening on Spotify, go listen again on YouTube so you can comment who had the best fun fact.
And if you're not listening right now, you should listen.
Tell your friends and family, or else we'll find you.
And well, since I guess Laura, since Laura said last but not least, I guess I'm just not included.
You don't
But
have
with the character intros, you're not a character.
You are least.
I am least. Last and certainly least. It is I, George. I am the DM, the GM, the man behind the screen, the man with many voices, and the man of insanity. Fun fact about me, I guess. I had to write an essay, and it wasn't a fun essay to write. I can't even remember what the essay was because I got so burnt out writing about it. And I didn't end up finishing the essay, and I just decided I wasn't going to finish the essay.
Respect.
So yeah.
These fun facts are sad, dude.
These are great fun facts. I don't know what you're talking
My
about.
fun fact wasn't very fun, but it was a fact.
It was a fact. Yeah, these wasn't a sad fact.
Alright, fine, then I'll give you guys a fun fact.
No.
Why did you just get like an inter-pirate voice?
I
will give you a fun
fact.
I will give you
You will. My fun fact is that I am actually a swashbuckling saloon from the high seas. Swashing my buckler.
Not the fucking saloon.
Breaking the rules of improv. No,
Alright, now you have to do that voice for the entire episode.
No, arg. Last episode 3, when we last left you guys off, you had just returned back to the Jackals hideout after reporting back to your violent, vicious, and at this point well-established hawk leader of the Jackals.
What's that?
As the 4 of you had returned from a mission you had been sent out on, your first mission, in fact, where you were told to break into the Deep Dark Adventuring Guild, the guild that had once rejected each and every one of you for their new expedition. You were sent there with the goal of obtaining the map and any notes they have about the dungeon they were about to go on an exploration into. During that time, things went south and people got murdered as magic shit happened all over. Every one of you managed to escape with quite a bit of harm, but you did manage to escape overall. As you returned back to the Jackals hideout, you reinformed the leader, told her of your misadventures, before finally going off to sleep. Each of you,
right. We did do that.
Each of you having to think deeply and truly upon what had happened, and reflect upon your internal selves and what monsters you might have just become. As we awake from our long rest, we'll flash over to Mindy. Mindy, it has been a while since you have last returned back to your little hut in the woods.
That's correct. Well, I mean, it's the
been-
mock version of it here inside. Fucking dungeon, basically.
As you've set up this little replacement for now.
She said it. I thought the dude set it up.
Someone has set it up.
Someone said it.
Alright.
It's here now.
As we zoom back in to the scene, deep into the underground of the Jackals hideout, we come to Mindy's room, the room that has been assigned to you. After the previous day's adventure, or more accurately, misadventure, what is going through Mindy's mind at the moment? What is she thinking about? How is she reflecting on her actions from the previous day after coming so close to a quick scrape with death?
Right. So, I think Mindy's waking up in the morning, and she is, I don't know if she exactly has the spell prestidigitation yet, but, you know, with some amalgamation of magical talents. She, you know, brushes her hair very quickly with the magic. Because of her Order of Scribes wizard subclass, she has her quill and spellbook are like magical, more than a normal spellbook. They're sentient, and so with her ability to summon ink from her quill, she does her own makeup very quickly. It's dismissed with like a flick of the brush, so very convenient. And then she has some plans for the day. And her main 2 plans are to talk to 2 other members of the party, to sort of consolidate our plan here, the 4 of us. Because in Mindy's head, she's thinking, because of her past and just the situation at hand, there's no way we're actually helping these people out. They're like clearly the bad guys. They literally just abducted us. After what Mindy's been through, she's not going to go back to a life of this kind of servitude and oppression. But she's also smart. She knows she can't just lash out randomly. So her plan is to, for now at least, get the party, at the very least, to agree on an eventual, if not overthrow, at least escape. But if overthrow is involved, maybe it's involved. And so he's going to go talk to, let's say first Valentine and then Gabbo.
All right. On that note, as you begin to arise, stirring from your night of rather difficult sleep, Valentine, you wake up, hands still shaking a little bit from everything you had witnessed yesterday. You being someone who is of a more holy occupation, someone who believes a little more in the power of good. Things did not go good yesterday. Things had gone truly bad. What is running through Valentine's head at the moment?
Like Valentine, she's like, I don't know how to describe it, cause, okay, so she's.
In your mic.
Okay, so Valentine, she's like obviously like super distraught, and like I just after witnessing that for like like the last time that she saw like someone get like murdered in front of her was probably like when her husband got murdered. So she's kind of just like it's like running through her brain. It's like she's kind of driving herself insane about it. And also just like the difficulty of like dealing with like she's just being down in this like weird hideout thing. She's not able to like connect with her like God as much as she'd like to. So for like especially like before she went to sleep, she was like clutching her rings and like not talking to her God, but just kind of like speaking to like her husband, sort of kind of relying more on him, like in the metaphysical.
As you are lying there speaking with the soul of your husband, trying to communicate with him, why don't you go ahead and roll me a religion check?
All right. Religion. Where's religion? 18.
An 18. As you begin to clutch your rings and begin speaking out to him, for a brief moment, you start to hear whispers coming from beyond. You can't make out what these words are saying. You can't make out what whoever is speaking to you is trying to say, but it's a familiar sound, a sound that you've heard before, a sound that you know true to your heart to be someone that you care for and love, but you cannot tell what they're saying. As you try to focus harder and harder, the darkness of this place surrounding you begins to envelop your consciousness and your mind. As everything around you starts to go black, your breathing starts to get heavy. Your lungs start to feel as if they're filled with water, almost as if you're drowning in this darkness that is surrounding you. As you're panting and gasping for this little bits of air that you can, could you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, Jesus. This is how, this is how I die. 10.
As you try to focus, you start to hear this cackling laughter in the back of your head, replacing the voices, the whispers towards you. You start to hear this dark laughter. It sounds demonic. It sounds as if it's mocking you, as if it's goading you. As you start to hear it louder and louder in your head, this chanting, this demonic ringing, before all of a sudden you hear a knock at the door.
Hello? You awake yet?
I just like open the door. I'm like, what? Huh? Because she's got like really long hair, so it's just in like this big white frizz. She's like, huh?
Do you need a minute?
No, I think I'm good.
I could come back.
I think I'm good.
Okay. So I guess I walk inside the room.
So, sleep well?
I slept just fine. How about you? You look like no.
Yeah, that seems about right, yeah.
Looks like a no. Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I wanted to talk about something. Okay, this tension's too much. I don't know how to explain this in proper words, but basically, you're a religious girl. I see you. I don't know who your deity is, though I'm curious. Clearly got something against hurting people, which is good. But what I want to talk about was, I guess first of all, I want to find out what your motivations are.
Like, motivations for what? Like,
for why these things are difficult.
My husband was murdered, so I kind of just don't want anyone to feel the loss like I did.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here's what I was thinking. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I came to you first because you seemed the most agreeable to eventually just getting out of here.
Yeah.
And so, just wanted to formalize that thought. I mean, I brought it up before, but because not everyone agrees yet. But I think that's the ideal way to take things. Now, we can't be foolish about it. And so far, we've shown that we're pretty loyal to them. They're probably not.
Maybe not me. I just that lady, whoever, I don't know, a man or woman, I don't know, looks like some wrinkly piece of shit or whatever, but I don't like that bitch. I don't like that bitch. I don't say that word lightly, but I just gets on my nerves.
Yeah. Wait, 1 second. Out of character. I don't know if this is too late, but let me check something really quickly. I just wanna.
Have to have our traditional pause so the spellcasters can look up
Spellcasters
what
can
their class
look up their
abilities
15
do and what
fucking
their
spells.
spells do. I'm gonna start a tally for every time Ronnie has to pause the podcast
Honestly,
so
do
that
it.
they can look
It's
up.
at least like 4.
We're at
gotta be
least
4.
4 right now.
Okay, so what I was gonna ask is, it's a little late, but can we say this was happening through message? Because message, I say something, they can say something back. And like if Valentine wants to say something first, like speak out of this like rhythm and say like I want to say something, then there's like maybe like a hand gesture or something, or just a look and like a blink or something, and I know like I'll cast message again and then we communicate. So all this is happening in our mind, this conversation.
Okay.
I should have clarified that first, but
Yeah, that's fine. Could both of you please roll me Arcana checks?
Sure.
Just to see how well this form of arcane communication goes.
4.
Valentine, do you have the message cantrip?
I have no cantrips.
Oh, right.
Triple.
It's a paladin. Yeah.
Mindy, you go for a few minutes, like, communicating with Valentine using message, trying to shout it.
What was her total?
4. Valentine, you hear Mindy speaking to you in your head, and you've just kind of been responding out loud, and it takes both of you probably the better part of a solid minute before you finally realize
She's just been saying it out loud.
Valentine has no way to communicate back to you using this.
You can with the message cantrip.
You
You're allowed
can.
to just
Yeah.
only one person.
You can
has to
do it with
cast
message,
and
can't
then
you?
can just communicate back.
Let me
because
check,
one
just to
person's
make sure.
casting it.
Magical
Valentine has
sense,
still
focus,
not been able to communicate back
Oh.
with
That's
the message
interesting.
cantrip.
Oh.
Something is stopping Valentine from responding through this
Okay.
arcane communication method.
Is it like she thinks she's talking telepathically but isn't, or?
Something like that. As Valentine, you're trying to think the words. You find yourself naturally speaking them. And you
Okay.
keep trying to tell yourself, no, think it in my head, think it in my head. But you keep saying the words aloud. Gabbo, could you please roll me an Arcana check?
Wait, he's there?
Is it in a different room?
Oh, I'm the best. Okay, hang on. Let me see my modifier.
Arcane Goblin.
Alright, so we are now at 4.
I believe it's a -1.
I gotta check my.
So that's a 16.
Gabbo, for some reason you're hearing echoing whispers of Valentine and Mindy echoing through the halls of the walkways and sliding in through the spaces between the wood in this hideout.
Can I
Mindy-
just like investigate around to try and figure out what's going on?
100%.
There's a plan.
So why don't you go ahead and roll me an investigation check or a perception check if you're trying to do like a discern check or if you're trying to just generally look around and see what's going on.
My perception's better, so I'm gonna generally just look around.
Okay.
15.
As you begin stepping out of your doorway, just peeking out, sticking your little goblin nose through the door, you start to peer down the hallway, and the echoes seem to be getting louder in the hallway than it is in your room.
Can I notice anything that's like a source of this, or?
You notice the direction seems to be coming from up for some reason. As if everything is traveling to the sky and then being shot back down.
Do I like hear anything like above me, or
No.
do I know where their rooms are?
You do know where their rooms are.
I'm just gonna check both of them, and wherever I find them, I'll find
All right. So we'll say as you head over to Mindy's room first, you see Mindy's door is left slightly ajar.
I'll just peek in.
You look inside, you see the potion apothecary type room that Mindy has been subsiding in for the last 2 days. But you notice something quite distinct. No Mindy.
Okay, I'll go to Valentine's room then.
As you head over to Valentine's room, you notice the door is closed.
I don't even care that the door is closed. I'm just going in. I'm
All
not
right.
gonna knock. I'm going in.
As the two of you are having this conversation, Mindy and Valentine, both of you start to hear footsteps coming from outside.
Very, very light footsteps.
Very light footsteps. Mindy,
Okay.
with your Arcana check,
I didn't give you my number yet.
could I get the number, please?
Yeah. I wasn't hiding it. I was you were talking to her, so I was distracted. 8 plus 15.
With a 15, you notice something about your magic, your ability to tune into the arcane and control the nature that is this magic.
Mm-hmm.
Something is interfering with it. Something about this place is stopping your magic from working the way you're intending to, changing the script of the language you use to communicate with this power.
Hmm.
As you now both hear the footsteps coming from down the hall, the door starts to swing open into your room, and Gabbo walks in.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, hey.
I think I'm pretty sure I remember you speak Goblin.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just say to you something like voices from above in Goblin.
From above.
Yes.
Us speaking? What do you mean?
Everywhere. Primarily above.
Well, that's not good. Is that a special ability you have, or what's going on there?
I heard them.
I'm guessing that's a no. So, well, that's troubling. I don't. Yeah.
What? I can't understand you guys.
No, I'm just talking regularly now.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
I've already noticed the message cantrip not working properly, so I'm like, I'd rather just talk quietly. Okay, so I'm gonna close the door. And say, well, now that you're here, simplify the situation, I guess. Here's what I was talking about. For whatever reason, the message cantrip is not working. I'm going to take a risk and say this anyway, since I've already started to speak. My plan is to get out of here, eventually. And I know I've got a bit of resistance from you, Gabbo. I want to talk. I want to have a discussion. Let's see if what we want to do to figure this out. To see what your perspective is on getting out of here.
We should assist them and figure out what they want, and then we leave.
That's a good point. I can agree with that. Is that beneficial to you somehow, or are you just curious?
Just curious.
Fair enough. What about you, Valentine?
I want out.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's reasonable. Only person left to talk to would be Ellotte.
Upon mention, the scene cuts.
Yeah, I was
we
thinking about that.
Fade in over to Ellotte, who has gone for a walk on the outside. You manage to convince the guards to let you take a step outside. As you're breathing in a little bit of fresh air, still seeing that the clouds resting above the Deep Dark Adventuring Guilds seem to be still dark and seem to be expanding, as if the sky is getting slightly darker with each passing day.
Not paying much mind to the clouds above him. Mostly just walking down whatever dirt or gravel path he found. Sorry about that, my voice was kind of stuffy. But walking down whatever path he could really find. He kind of like turns off into some bushes, off path. And then just sits on some leaves next to whatever big oak tree he can find.
As you rest, you come to this large but natural looking oak tree, as if untouched by anything impure. The tree, as you rest upon it, grants you a nice bit of shade from the little bit of light peeking through the branches and the leaves. as you begin to just kind of lie there. Roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 15 plus. Probably like 2. My perception is going to be 16 there.
Alright. As you begin to rest, you find yourself closing your eyes for just a brief moment before suddenly hearing a pittering noise coming to the right of you. As your eyes instinctively flash over to the right, you look over and see that a bush is shaking for a moment, but then it stops. And then to your left, a bush begins shaking.
Instinctively, he tucks his necklace that he was holding in his hand, like kind of fiddling with it, back underneath his leather tunic, and just pulls out his pick, his war pick, and looks around, seeing whatever is hiding in the bushes around him.
Do you want to go and investigate one of the bushes?
I'm gonna yell. I'm not gonna investigate. I'm just gonna yell at the bushes. Hey, you! Come out of the bushes or whatever. I don't know who's there. Just get out of the bushes.
As you start to see from both bushes to the left and the right, a smog begins to spew out. A heavy, black, dark gas begins to fill, lying low to the ground. As it begins slowly encroaching upon you, you notice that a circle has formed around you and the tree. As it begins to get closer and closer, you could swear you're hearing sounds of laughter. Childish laughter. As if joy has been captured within this smoke and is surrounding you. And it feels almost welcoming. Roll me a charisma saving throw.
My charisma saving. It's gonna be 15.
For a brief second, you start to get flashbacks of your home. Your true home. Where you grew up. Children running and playing on the streets and in the upside-down walkways. People going for swims in fountains of purple water, coming out, growing twice the size that they were, and playing giant's tag. But you manage to shake off that thought as you look and realize that the smoke has tried to reach out and grab at you.
He's just gonna instinctively slash it away.
As you one good slash with your pick across, a nice clean sweep, it dissipates and begins to retreat back into the bushes before disappearing. The light seemingly begins to return from the overgrowth above you.
Yeah, he's just kind of like breathing heavy at this point, like wide-eyed, like kind of on edge. He was never really a big fan of magic, even from where he came from. He never really understood it. What made sense to him was the certainty of steel. He stays near the tree for a while longer until he feels like it's safe enough to go back to the path. Just hand over his chest where the necklace lies, making sure that it's still there.
As you begin to walk your way back over to the back to the Jackals Guild to reunite with your party, you still have this small lurking suspicion that the smoke is somewhere. You're being watched, but overall, you feel safe for the moment. Upon your return, the guards let you back in without too much of a fuss. They poke a little fun at you, saying, "Huh, you look like you've seen a ghost there, friend. You're not too yellow-bellied to be a jackal, are yous?"
And you look like you need a job change.
No, sassy McFucking Sasserpants over here. Why don't you go eat some of the slop from the canteen?
Maybe I will. I'm not gonna save any for you.
Oh, fuck you two then.
Fuck you.
Just go.
Fuck you.
As you walk back inside, you see, at this point, in the walkways of the Jackals' hideout, you see the rest of your party. You see Mindy, Gabbo, and Valentine all standing out, seemingly looking around for something before the three of you catch the gaze of Ellotte as you see he has just returned from the outside.
Hello, welcome back. Nice walk.
You can say it was a nice walk. It was something, all right.
Yeah, you look haunted. What happened?
What did you see above?
A lot of smoke. Showed me visions of my home. It was a little weird.
Well, that's not normal. Did somebody attack you or somebody there? What happened?
I don't know. It was just a lot of smoke.
Huh. Well,
What do you guys want?
I can't explain that, I guess. But, well, we were talking, and is anyone around here? Can I look around?
Why don't you go ahead and roll me a perception check?
Don't you never ask? No, I don't have proficiency in that.
I have proficiency in looking with my eyes.
Takes your
12.
Actually, you know what? I'll make this a group check. Why don't everybody
Sure.
roll a perception check?
Thank you.
I'm gonna proceed.
I got a 12.
16!
10! Did I win?
I'm gonna give Laura a slow point.
8.
Jeez.
Laura is getting a slow point.
What is a slow point?
It's for however long, if you take more than
Never
a few
slow,
seconds to look
only
at your
fast.
character sheet,
No, I
No,
had to
being
turn my
fast is
iPad
always
on.
good.
Yeah.
then it's a slow iPad point.
Yeah, maybe.
Slow iPad point.
Slap that.
Alright. So you 16, 10,
16.
8, and 12?
12.
Okay. 12, 10, 30,
That was 10 with two hands.
36, 46.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
That should be like a
passes the DC.
success.
Yay!
You guys begin to look around, and you notice like there are guards around, but none of them seem to be paying attention to you. People at the canteen, people just kind of talking in the lunchroom. All around you, it seems to be just like a normal day. No one seems to be paying you much mind. Before you start to notice from a large pane of glass that seems to be darkened, looks to be two sharp, glowing blue eyes. You all know that this pane of glass is the office of the leader of the Jackals.
Miss Terran Solus.
Yes. As you begin to look, you start to notice it almost feels like you're making eye contact with her for a moment.
I know I am.
I do a little wave.
Do you just go like really small wave? I'll do a big like wave like that.
Okay. Valentine?
I'm giving her shade. I'm like,
All right. As you guys look, you see that the layer of darkness begins to rise from in front of the glass pane. As you now see her standing there in her proper uniform, as she kind of looks over all of you and like beckons you all over with a hand gesture. As you see a door appears, where was the entrance into the place where you had fought the gibbering mouther. There now lies a wooden door. Looks to be made of a darkish oak wood.
I'll go in.
Inside her office, or?
It is below, so on like almost like a second story above where the door lies is this glass pane. But on the level where you're all standing seems to be the wooden door.
I guess
I'll go
we
in.
gotta go.
I'll go in. No questions. Walks right in.
All right.
Just like Gmod no clips forward as he flies.
I want to watch and see what happens.
do I get the feeling that I should put on my armor?
Roll me an insight check. I'll let you make an insight check on Terran.
11.
Is there a way to make an outside check?
Oh my God.
1 point of inspiration. That was
Really?
good.
Are you kidding
Come
me?
on.
For shitty puns, of
Oh
course.
my God.
He's a father at heart.
Just
I'm
bullying.
I do raise a child that's not my own, but I appreciate.
That's where the dad
humor.
jokes are coming in.
I appreciate dad humor, of course I do. All right, Valentine, what was the result of our insight check?
11.
You're trying to discern any details in her body language, in the way she is standing, in the way she's dressed, but nothing. You don't get a hint of anything. Positive, negative, peaceful, violent. You can't read to this woman.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to her and ask her.
So you want to go in the door?
Yeah. I'll just go in. I don't care. I'll go in
Mindy?
without armor.
I'll wait and see for away from the walk inside, and then if they're inside, then I'll walk inside.
I instantly die.
Ellotte
I'm right behind
immediately
you, buddy,
dies.
so.
All right,
You die, I die.
Gabbo,
No, you're
Ellotte, and Valentine. As you guys walk through the door, you open the door, and from this doorway, you find yourselves are looking at the other side of this glass pane. No staircase, no walkway. Just as soon as you open the door, you find you've opened the door into the same room of her office. As you step in, she looks to the three of you, says nothing, turns back to the window, looks to Mindy, and she points at you. And you start to hear whispers in your mind. Could you please roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Have I ever told you that I really like non-Euclidean geometry?
What?
I'm not
Why?
giving you a point for that, but that's good.
9.
You start to hear the words, come. As she casts command on you.
Any more specifics?
I can only use one word for command, okay?
That's true. You can only say one word.
How do you spell it?
Approach.
Well, there's
That's the word.
there you
go.
Mindy thinks like I was literally gonna do that, so she just walks forward. He's like, okay, well, it makes it slightly easier.
As you enter, the door closes behind you guys as the glass pane once again darkens, so you're no longer able to see the walkway below where you had been standing in the cafeteria. And she goes, well, hello, my darlings. It's a pleasure to see you all again.
Of course, as
Especially
always.
after you did such a smashing job at the last task I gave you all, managing to get this back as she taps a pointed finger on the desk where you can see the map has now been laid out.
Indeed.
So, how are we all feeling after yesterday's escapades? I see some of you still have some bandages, some blood trails from your wounds. I hope we can heal those up rather quickly.
Oh, of course. We slept for 8 hours straight, so we're good as new. You know how it is.
Point of inspiration, right?
The bandages are just a formality.
Exactly.
Well then. Now, it seems I have a new task for all of you. We've done a bit of research on this map. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. Is there
I
a
didn't do anything.
problem?
Wasn't doing anything. No. Wasn't doing anything.
Can you not pay her any attention? Like I can't.
We're gonna be here forever, so let's get through this, okay?
Like just let her do what she wants in the corner. Like just inform us, and then we'll get the job done.
Well, it's a rather simple job, and I have a different one for each of you.
What?
As she twists her hand, 4 envelopes appear in her hand,
Done.
and she throws one to you, Gabbo, throws one to you, Ellotte, throws one to you, Valentine, and throws one to you, Mindy.
How does the
Instantly-
letter fly?
Instantly open up and read it.
Kill Ellotte.
Close that right back up real quick.
I'm gonna open and check mine.
Kill Valentine.
And so like as the letter's flying, because Elliot's just looking. Does it fly directly at him?
Yes.
He kind of just like lets it hit his chest and doesn't do anything.
Just lets it hit the ground.
Yeah.
Valentine, would you like to open your letter?
Nope. I'm just gonna.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
I just have my face in my hands.
Saving throw? 8.
Damn.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Yeah. Let's use it.
How much inspiration are we?
I'm gonna use it all.
How much inspiration do we have?
12.
So that's a 20.
20.
All right, you succeed on this saving throw.
Okay.
For a brief second, you find as you rip it, almost as if the contents of the envelope were being pushed into your mind. You start to feel an intuition that you should kill Gabbo for a brief second, but you manage to push back the thoughts as the spell fails.
Close one there.
So just for reference, as he's looking at the boss, the message is in the letter that you threw at me, right?
That's correct.
I thought that we were going to go to the dungeon.
Oh, well, that was the plan originally. I was going to send you there, and if you died, you died, and I would just send more people in after you. But I was going to give you all a chance to get back at the Deep Dark Adventuring Guild for how they threw you away like penniless trash, but then...
We already killed them.
But then I started to hear whispers.
They are dead.
I started to hear whispers. Dark whispers amongst the halls of my lair.
What do you mean?
I was outside.
I heard whispers of trying to escape, of betrayal, of killing. Dark whispers indeed.
Dark whispers indeed. Is this an accusation?
Oh, my darling, it is not an accusation. It is an execution. As she raises her hand and snaps, she disappears from the room, as well as the door and the glass window turn to stone wall. As you guys start to hear a hissing noise.
Oh, lovely.
Should have worn my armor.
What did you guys get me into?
The next stage of the plan, I suppose.
Plan?
Why don't we all roll perception?
I'm gonna perceive.
12.
10.
Eight.
10.
21.
Hell
Oh
yeah!
my god, thank you. There we go.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
Oh, no.
Oh boy, he's got the books open.
The monster.
LMNOP. George is gonna get. I'm gonna give myself a slow point. Don't worry.
I should have worn my armor.
Man, I like how.
I have no dexterity.
Ah, here we go.
Without armor, my armor class is 10.
I like how I was just like
What is your
chilling
dex mod?
outside, like trying to get
Zero.
fresh of, like.
You can just have your armor on. No one said you don't have to have your armor
I
on.
said I had my armor off.
I got dragged
Why
into
did you
this.
do that to yourself?
No reason to have done that.
Because
Innocent bystander.
I'm trying to play the character.
Don't.
All
Why?
right.
Why would you not?
She doesn't just like wake up
Silence.
in the morning. She's like, oh,
You
well,
went outside your
first thing in the morning, let's just
Oh
put
my
my
goodness.
armor on.
Hey, you know
No, I'm
what?
in enemy territory. I'm not gonna have
trying
my
to play
armor on.
the
Though.
character.
It's
Okay,
okay.
silence. I'm gonna give a point of inspiration to Laura for being true to her character.
I punched my hand on the table.
Well, that one
again.
inspiration, let's hope it'll not. It'll.
All right.
If that one inspiration saves my life.
Can I get
Wow.
everybody
It's
to
not good.
please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh man, I love you.
As you begin to look
Natural
around and
20.
see a black smoke begins to fill from the bottom and the corners of this room,
18.
lying low on the ground.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm unaffected. Like not because I'm like immune, but because I rolled a 19 on the dice.
Yeah, I rolled an 18.
So we got an 18.
14.
23.
4 plus 2 is 6, but I'm gonna burn my inspiration, so
What is our total?
plus 8 is 14.
Okay. I apologize, Ronnie.
No.
14 was still not enough. And
Can
you
I-
did declare that you were going to burn the inspiration.
Can I honorably give her 2 more to her total?
So remember the rule for inspiration is if you're
I
going
would
to
have to
burn
burn
it,
it
you
all.
have to burn
but
all
this
of
is
your
like a
inspiration.
transplant.
I'll
I'm
burn all
sorry.
of mine.
Huh?
I'll burn all of mine.
Are you going to burn all of your
Yeah.
inspiration to give to Ronnie?
No, for myself.
Oh, for yourself. Alright, I forgot who I was
Why would you
talking
even
to.
You just
assume?
said 14's not enough, so I'm burning it all.
Are
He
you
just,
gonna burn
he
it?
just starts flexing forever.
That's a 25.
Okay. Do you want to burn your inspiration to help Ronnie?
Ronnie's good.
I'm
Mindy's going to be okay.
I'll make a new character.
Mindy's
All
gonna
right.
be fine.
So Valentine, Gabbo, and Ellotte, the three of you start to cough, but find yourselves still being able to stand. You're covering up your mouths so that you don't inhale any of this gas. Mindy, you, however, were not prepared for it. You almost had a slight bit of confidence, thinking you're someone who deals with poison gas and magic all the time. You weren't prepared for this one.
Oh boy.
As you are going to take an 11th level poison spray cantrip here for 3d12 poison damage.
11th level? Okay.
What?
It's not that bad.
Level.
3d12, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
17. I rolled 2 12s, so that's going to be a total of 29 poison damage.
Are you
Well, I'm
alive?
down, obviously.
Oh boy.
Are we already in
Wizard.
death saves?
Yeah.
All right. So as a reminder,
Awesome.
we've probably covered in a previous episode, but the way I've always run death saves is that
Is that you die.
I roll the death saves of my players so that they don't know if they're close to death.
Is it 29, you said?
I rolled 29 total.
Yeah.
Are you were not dead though?
No. I would need 40 damage to do that.
All right. You do not have 80 health.
It's half of the other.
No. To instantly die, you need
Yeah.
to be doubled.
Yeah.
So 20 and then 20 would be
No,
40.
you need to have half of your HP into the negative is dead.
Really?
That's a house rule. It's
I thought
not.
that was just massive damage.
That's D&D.
Yeah, it's
Half of your total HP into the negative.
no way. I know for sure. I'm like
I thought that was
95%
for like grievous
sure.
wounds, massive damage type stuff.
No.
Oh, wow.
D&D instant death
I don't know.
rule.
Well,
I
how
always
much
thought
health
it-
do you have?
20. 20
So-
total.
30 total would be death. It's not 29.
Very
I don't
close.
have enough to kill you.
Very close.
It's not. Yeah, it's not enough.
You're not dead. You're fine, but we're still in death save. So
Oh,
why don't I
boy.
go ahead and roll your first death save here?
Valentine,
That's not
you're
even in the dice tray.
You're gonna be doing some healing.
Yeah, would I be able to go over and
Just
like
poker.
lay
Yeah,
on
in a minute.
hands?
1 second.
Do what you did before last time, just like for me.
Just every single time she goes down, just poke her with another hit point.
No, this is
Yes.
Pathfinder. Will be fine.
Can I get everyone to quickly roll me initiative?
Oh
I love
boy.
initiative.
10.
14 plus 2. 16.
I'm so screwed.
Really?
Has everyone rolled initiative?
I got
Yeah.
an amazing 7.
25 through 20. 20 through 15.
18.
16.
Mindy. 16.
That means you get to do your death save
Okay.
faster.
Hell yeah.
15 through 10.
10.
Valentine. 10 through 5.
7.
Okay. Wow, our rogue coming in last on initiative.
I got a 4.
Crazy.
I
Okay.
have plus 0 initiative.
All right.
I might get the alert feat eventually. If I make it.
The fuck?
Yeah.
No, I thought that
I've
was-
never heard of the half health thing. Or
Yeah.
my GM did that, but he said that's a house rule. Explicitly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. for
These
acid.
fucking D&D players and their house rules.
These D&D players.
I've been playing since 2015, and here's my house rules, and it's like this big.
If you took half your HP, like normally, if you took over half your HP, like, I think it was like either house rules or it was just like something that you take like grievous injury.
Oh yeah, maybe.
It was like a custom roll.
Look at this man.
I have been
Perplexed.
playing D&D 5e since it came out. That's how I've always learned how to play this. I could have sworn, because that's how you do it from previous editions.
We
of
outsmarted
D&D.
him. We found something he doesn't know.
All right, I'll
Caught his
give
ass.
everybody
Give him
two.
a smartass.
I'm gonna give everyone 2 points of inspiration for
Oh,
calling me
goddamn
on a
right.
rule.
That might.
I'm
just
gonna go
save
back and
me.
look at.
Hey, to be fair, only I did that.
I'm gonna go back and look at 3.5 and 4th edition to see where I might have picked up that rule.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing back then, because even in
Either way, you're still in death save. So
yeah, I
suck
mean it
it.
doesn't really matter.
This doesn't.
In this
change the
case, it
fact-
doesn't matter, but yeah.
This does not change the fact that you're dying. So,
Well, it does change the fact that now I have plus 2 inspiration.
all right. You cannot add inspiration to death saves, just as a reminder. As we go to the first round, first turn in initiative, it is Mindy, so I'm gonna roll your next death save.
Roll to die.
Okay. Okay. Ellotte.
Okay, so to act.
Currently, the room is filling with gas around you. You can only tell that it is coming from the seeps of the walls.
To persuade someone, i.e., the big lady in charge,
Yeah.
that I don't know what the fuck is going on, can she let me out?
You can try talking. That's always a thing.
Alright, let me see. Hey! Lady! I didn't really do anything. I don't know what this plan or Dark Whispers bullshit is going on. I just want to get my job done so I can get out of here.
Roll persuasion.
That's gonna be a 15 plus. Where am I thinking at? Plus 1, so 16. I'm kind of persuasive.
I'm very sorry, darling. Guilty by association. These are your friends. They are your party members.
Friends?
You all came here together. You're all from the same crew. If one betrays me, all betray me. That's just the policy here.
You're the one who stuck me with these idiots.
And?
Oh, I'm so getting for your head.
Oh, now look who wants to commit murder.
I always wanted to kill you.
Oh, well, looks like you'll be staying in here then. Valentine. It is now your turn.
Oh, can I ask a question?
On your
to,
turn,
to
you
the
can.
DM?
Oh, to the DM, yes.
Yeah. Do I at least have my sword?
Yeah. You have your gear. You have like your gear with you. Just you didn't put your armor on.
Okay, so
It's like there.
Which is not required, like you just said you didn't.
It's not required.
Okay,
You just don't have your armor.
okay, I'm gonna go
You
over.
did this to yourself.
Yeah, I
It'll
know.
take 15 minutes to put on heavy armor.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to Mindy and I'm gonna do 10 points of lay on hands. So you get.
Mindy, would you like to know how many death saves you were on?
Obviously.
You were on 1 fail and 1 success.
Wait, how did 2 happen already?
1 when you go down. I explained from the beginning.
Plus
I
one,
house
yeah.
roll. The second you go down, you take a death save, and then on your turn, which was first in initiative, you took a death save.
I really like the way you do death saves. I'm gonna steal it.
It's very fun. It makes it more narrative because you don't know. Oh, I could be on 2 successes. Oh, I'm fine. I can tank at least one.
I've already
death
stolen
save.
your inspiration system.
You guys are just stealing everything from
You
me.
could just
Yep.
die when it's your turn.
Yeah. You could die on your turn.
Just nat 1 and then 10, or below 10. Just
Yep.
one nat 1 and
I
then
think he's
9.
now proven to us that he's perfectly fine with killing off our characters.
I have become content with just killing off this podcast.
I have so many characters
Wow.
that I can pull from.
How dare you? I love my character. I'm gonna kill you.
All right, so Valentine,
In real
as
life.
your action, you're gonna use your lay on hands. All right, you're gonna burn all 10 points.
I have 20, so I'm just gonna use 10.
Oh right, we're at level 4. My apologies.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
thank you.
10. Mindy, you're at 10 points. All right. Do you want to do anything in your bonus action?
I don't really have anything to do.
All right, Gabbo, it is your turn.
It's Gabbo.
Alright, I want to look around the room and try to find any, like, structural weaknesses in the walls or something to break out of this room.
Go ahead and roll my investigation check. I'll let this will be your entire turn.
I'm going to burn all my inspiration as well, so I have 2 points, so I'm going to get rid of that.
Okay.
Because my investigation's not good, so that's a 16.
All right. With a 16, you notice some of the furniture in this room with the gas seems to be slowly corroding. The wood begins to rot. The steel begins to corrode. All except for a single bookshelf. One bookshelf seems to be unaffected by this gas.
I point.
That was an Ace Attorney objection.
Objection!
I have ever
He
seen. Yes.
points, I grow.
And you know what? Even though you just burnt your inspiration, take one more point of inspiration because I love me an Ace Attorney.
He's a refueling.
Okay, as we
I just stand there for like 10 seconds.
continue.
That was me when George said it's half HP at the end. I was like, objection! Actually.
All right. Going forward, using the cheese dice here, I'm going to roll another spell here as poison gas does continue. You guys are going to have to roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's easy. That's fucking easy.
Not 20.
Don't worry, the DC is not as high as it was originally.
What? I keep rolling.
All that for
fucking
nothing when I got a nat 20.
11.
Total?
Yeah.
You want to add your inspiration?
Yeah.
It's not going to help, but you can.
If it's not gonna help, then I'll just not.
All right.
I'll just die.
What did you roll?
6.
Okay, so you two, so Valentine and Gabbo. As Gabbo, you begin looking around.
Wait, hang on. How much inspiration do you have?
3.
I'll give you mine.
What?
And then, because you're the healer, so if
So
you
you
stay alive,
say-
you can keep us alive.
Ooh.
That's true. That's smart.
If you guys would like to do that, yeah.
Okay, then can I burn my inspiration?
So that's gonna add 4 to your inspiration then. If you
So
want
what's your
to-
total
You said you
now?
had 3, right?
I have 3 inspiration.
I have 2.
Okay, so 5 inspiration.
So wait, I have 1.
total?
Sorry, my bad.
15.
No, I have 1. I have 1.
15.
So 14.
I'll get mine too.
Oh no,
Also
14,
burn.
14's enough. Don't worry.
Okay.
Well, you can hold on to your inspiration, Ronnie.
Okay.
So with your 14, you go and you begin to be like, oh my god! When as you do, you remember you have to keep your face covered. So you bring your sleeve back up as you manage to hold on. Gabbo, as you do your big flash, like the bookshelf. You
No, I don't
act-
say anything. I
you-
just.
You do that, and as you do a big inhale, and you realize you've just inhaled the gas. As you're gonna take
Inhales the gas.
3d12. That's
No, Lord.
7. Oh god, the dice don't like you. This is why I'm glad I used Nick's dice, because it's killing people. So that's
Sadistic
7 plus
DM
2, oh my
kills
God,
off
9.
all of his
19?
players.
19 damage?
19 for that's 2 dice. That's only 2 dice right now. Okay, the last one was a 1, so 20 damage.
Nice.
As you take 20 poison damage, as the gas begins to fill in your lungs, you begin to cough. Tears begin to form in the pools of your eyes as you feel your breath being taken away from you.
Acid.
Back to the top of initiative. Mindy, Gabbo did point out a bookshelf as you begin to slowly rise back into consciousness. You look around you and you notice the bookshelf he's pointed to
Does not look rotted like everything else.
does not look rotted. It looks, in fact, very not rotted.
Yeah. Mindy's had a lot of experience in the orphanage, like, sneaking around, not bookshelves specifically, but like, sneaking around places, like investigating when the adults aren't looking. There's a lot of time she had. She was a little neglected, you could say. So she sees this and she's like, this seems like a ripe opportunity to go for that bookshelf. And how far away is it from me?
It's within walking range. Everything in this room is within 1 movement space range. Don't worry about that. This is what I like to call more of a role-play encounter than a combat encounter.
Yeah.
We're in turn-based mode right now.
We're in turn-based just so I can track the gas.
We're in
Escape
turn-
room.
We're in
This is an
turn-based.
escape room encounter. That's what I'll call them. Escape room encounters.
Brian is now owns royalties over that, so every time you say that, you have to give him $1.
One inspiration.
One inspiration.
I will pay 1 inspiration every time I use that word, and I just can't say that word now.
Mindy's going to look at the bookshelf, notice it, that it's not rotted, clap so everyone hears it. She's not going to speak because, like, gas. Clap loud and just, like, point at it and start running towards it. And try
Alright, so you get to the bookshelf. Would you like to use your action to do anything with the bookshelf?
Yeah, I'll try to interact to, like, move or, like, push or, like, shove or, like, just anything to see if anything reacts. See if I can move past this bookshelf somehow.
I am going to need a clarified action. What direct action are you taking against the bookshelf? Pick one.
Is this a push or a pull?
Is this a push or a pull bookshelf? 1 point of inspiration.
You just do push, and then it's like, actually, you're meant to pull.
Actually, it was a pull. I'll go to one side and try to, like, shove it.
Alright, give me a athletics check, please. Give me a
Oh, boy.
athletics check.
Give me athletic check.
Athletics check. How athletic are you?
Not very.
Today, we will be determining how athletic you are.
The answer is nat 1.
Oh!
You are
Jesus
not
Christ.
very athletic at
Begin-
all.
As you begin to
game wants
shove
to be
against the
time.
bookshelf, you're still having bits of remnants of the gas within your lungs. You begin to cough up a bit more as you're like... As you begin to shove, the bookshelf does not move.
It does not budge.
Ellotte.
DM, I'd like to show him how it's done.
I'm not sure show them all those done.
I do not care what check this needs to be. I am going to bonus action Frost Room for the next 10 minutes. I'm going to have +2 on strength and con checks.
Alright, you weirdo.
That's incredibly
I thought you were
convenient.
gonna
Those are the
use
2 we
your
need.
Giant's might, and then just like.
I could do that too, but I can only have 1 bonus action.
You can still roll a nat 1, so just be careful.
Well, let's not.
Hey. Nat 1s do not apply to ability checks. They only apply to attack rolls. Thank you very
I
much.
am now going to do a pull check on the bookshelf.
Pull check.
Okay, you're
Pull
gonna
check.
use your action to try to pull the bookshelf.
That's going to be a 12 plus 4 plus 2, so that's going to be 18.
The bookshelf does not move.
Shit, it's a push. It's a
Yeah,
push.
it's a fucking push
Bonus
bookshelf.
action push.
I'm certain whichever one we did first, you were just gonna say the opposite.
Well, joke's on you. I'm a fighter. I bonus action. I push.
Do you want to action surge? To
I
try and
action
push?
surge push.
Roll me another
No, I'm
athletics
just
check.
kidding. I just wait.
As you begin to try to pull, you grab onto the edges of the bookshelf and you begin to pull with all of your might. You don't feel the bookshelf move in the slightest. It does not move, it does not budge, it doesn't even shake a little bit. It's a push shelf. It doesn't even begin to tip. Even the bottom of the bookshelf and the top of the bookshelf, neither of them move at all.
Mindy just goes like this.
Just gives a good old, wow.
Why, God?
Alright, so that'll be your turn then.
We're just like miming
Valentine.
So Gabbo, are you still like
I'm still.
conscious?
Yeah,
But
Still dead.
I'm not doing death saves yet.
okay, but are you like low on health?
If we get out on this turn, I'll be on this round. I'll be
You
okay.
don't fail your cons check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't fail.
Wait, out of the 2 of you, like who's lower on health?
10 HP.
10 HP.
Oh, perfectly done.
Valentine, you can also just hold the temp HP or the HP recovery if they go down to bring them back.
Yeah,
out
do
of
that.
the
I think
Okay.
Mindy's like gesturing for you to just like get the bookshelf
get
to
the
move.
door.
Okay.
Because you're also like a strength
Yeah,
fighter.
just push the thing.
I'm gonna go push the bookshelf.
Roll out the sleeves. All right, roll me an athletics check to try and push the bookshelf.
Athletics.
To push.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Finally.
The bookshelf does not move.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
This fucking guy.
As you begin to try and shove the bookshelf, even with Elliote's assistance in pulling the bookshelf with your natural 20, you don't feel the bookshelf move. It does not budge. Nothing happens.
Is this bookshelf a red herring?
The bookshelf feels as if it's attached to the wall. I'll give you that with your natural 20.
Okay.
Is there a vent on top of it?
Gabbo, it is now your turn. You've watched the bookshelf be pulled with nothing. You've watched the bookshelf be pushed with no results. Does not budge in the slightest.
I think I'm gonna take the in-character option here. Gabbo's just gonna run up, and he's gonna drop kick the bookshelf.
Dynamic entry!
This has to work.
Roll me an unarmed strike. Roll me,
He kicks the one book that's a lever.
roll me an unarmed strike.
Like a D20? Or...
Yeah, like an attack roll.
Attack it.
It is unarmed
I forgot
because
the
he's
stat for
kicking
unarmed
it.
Strike.
It is strength plus proficiency.
He is finesse because he's throwing himself.
It doesn't matter.
It's a very graceful
14.
dive kick.
You kick the bookshelf and it hurts you.
Oh boy.
As you kick the bookshelf, the hard wood almost feels as if it kicks you back for a second, as your toe now really hurts.
No, I hit it with both legs. Both feet, just...
Now both your feet hurt.
You crumple.
Owie,
just like-
owie.
You
Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Oh no. He's been the bludgeoned.
Alright, that is your action to kick.
It's tough.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if I can fast hands any part of this bookshelf.
Oh.
Yeah, with the thief subclass.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. If you want to try, you can use. You could try to use your thieves' tools, or you could try to make a sleight of hand check as part of your bonus action.
My sleight of hand
Start
on
pulling
the
books
bookshelf.
down. Books.
Okay.
What do you think? What is on the bookshelf?
Without rolling a perception check, is there just a book that like stands out to me?
No books that just stand out now.
Like a.
All there's books. There's a couple of different like glass bottles with liquids in them, and what looks to be an apple that seems to be made of wax.
Apple.
All right, you want to try and grab the apple?
Yeah.
All right, make me a sleight of hands check.
Apple.
Okay.
He needs to roll a check.
Pick the dice to
Pick up an
and
apple.
roll it properly. Nick.
You made me do a worse roll, so I'm gonna use what I had before.
Okay.
That'd be a 17.
As you swipe the apple out of the shelf, nothing happens. But you now have a wax apple.
Let's go.
Apple.
Put that in your inventory.
All right. Funny apple.
All right. Constitution saving throws from everybody,
I love
please,
Constituting.
As we go back to the bottom of initiative.
Is it still like a lower check or is it like?
Yeah, the check is still at the same result that it was before.
Okay, so 14 on the die.
14 did succeed on the last check. That's the lowest you guys have known that has succeeded.
This is not so-
5.
Oh my god.
18.
17.
Let me see what Cloud Room does also give it a chance.
I have a feeling Ryan did not
Saving
succeed.
throws. No, okay. I rolled a 14 on the dice, but I just wanted to see if I can add more to it.
All right.
So it's 20 dirty.
So, Gabbo, Mindy, and Ellotte, the three of you are fine. Valentine, as you did your big shove, you shouted out with all of your might, and you went, ah! And as you breathed in with your mouth still wide open, you inhaled quite a bit of the gas. Oh boy. 7,
At least just looking at
9.
it, it's like, what the fuck? It's not that hard not to breathe.
17,
Oh, just
17.
don't breathe,
17
dude.
poison damage,
Okay.
as the dice were very nice to you and didn't decide to roll a 12
That's
like it
very-
did to...
Eliote, who hasn't taken a single breath this whole time.
You've just been.
He's just been like, he's been mewing.
I want to give you a negative point of inspiration, but it was funny, so
You should give him a negative
just
point,
net
then give him
neutral,
a
net
regular
neutral.
Yeah,
point.
net neutral. You get no points.
I get no points. But I get the satisfaction of being funny.
As you guys continue to fight against this bookshelf, Mindy, back up to the top of initiative. What are we doing?
I don't have the one's like cantrip that lights things on fire, so I can't try that.
We're literally doing everything we can to this bookshelf while being suffocated
Do
by
like-
gas. What an
what's
episode,
it? Do
guys.
chromatic
Yeah, I don't know
orb,
how we got
fire.
here.
Do fireball.
yeah, I guess
Do baby fireball, chromatic orb, but fire.
Hey, you called it Fireball.
it's called Fireball.
Yeah.
It's called Fireball.
Did you
It's
listen
not-
to
it's not the
episode
sp-
2?
I listened to episode 2 because I support this podcast on Spotify
You know
and
it's called
YouTube,
Fireball.
while also making sure to follow it on Instagram and Twitter and possibly
Make sure to
Facebook,
follow it
but
on
You don't even have
Spotify.
Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
I don't
do.
have
We
Instagram
have
anymore.
Instagram.
No, I don't have
George
Instagram
doesn't
anymore. I
have Instagram.
deleted my Instagram.
That's your problem.
That's his boon, honestly. It's a good-
Boycott Instagram except for the Dungeons and Dumbness Instagram account.
Except for that
Go
one.
and
2
follow
Instagram
us.
accounts.
My 5 Instagram
I
accounts.
love honey crew.
Man, I love honey.
He's getting away with this.
Man, I love Honeycrawler and not Toxic
Take your
Gas.
honey cruller point of inspiration.
Man, I love Honeycrawler and not Toxic Gas.
For anybody at home who is listening and thinking, wow, George sure does give a lot of inspiration to Brian. Brian just chimes out of nowhere with the most backwater comments, and it is like the perfect recipe for my humor. Good job, Brian.
They're probably like in love with
Oh,
each
fuck
other.
off.
So.
They're just-
There's a good chance that maybe.
I make him
I
so
He's
believe in
suspensive.
gay pride, and I think gay people should have rights. Let's go, Brian and George, 2025.
We're two straight men.
inspiration. That was good.
Yay!
We're two straight men.
Ronnie, what are we doing?
Two straight men who are engaged.
I think at this point I have to. I have
Protect
to give you another point.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys were talking. I wasn't. I can talk. Do I get any sense of like what's beyond this bookshelf, or like have I ever seen past here?
You could roll an investigation check.
Okay. Is that my whole action?
It will be an action to do the investigation check.
Oh, never mind.
Not your whole turn, just an action.
I'm a wizard, so there's nothing cool I can do with the. No, there is.
Hi, you nerd.
Uh, Oh yeah, I'm good at investigation. That's
And then just tell me to do it.
25.
25, 100%. You can very easily tell there is a passageway behind this bookshelves. You can also tell this seems to be a rotating passageway. I'll give you that because you did very well in your investigation check.
It's rotating passageway.
You can see on the ground there seems to be scratch marks between the two tiles of stone where you can see a very thin line separates around like a half circle around the bookshelf, indicating that the floor and the walls the bookshelf is on would spin.
We have to push one side of the bookshelf.
Of course, it's a door.
I thought someone pulled it like,
No, pulled it like from the side and tried to pull
and they
it
saw
straight.
it not move at all.
And it didn't move in the slightest.
We had to push it not like this, but like this.
Well, I did try it, but I just failed my check, so that's probably what happened.
And then we were stupid and didn't try to get.
What HP are you on?
11.
11.
Oh, alright.
Wow, my poison gas room is working so well.
Well, on everyone except, person with con.
Exactly.
Yeah, as
Is there-
someone with 0 constitution, I feel attacked.
Why do you have 0 constitution?
I have 0 and 3 stats.
What'd you do? Strength,
opposed to
wisdom,
12
and charisma?
Yes, strength, wisdom, and charisma
Well,
have
actually,
have
6
actual
stats.
numbers.
That's kind of all you need.
So-
That's a paladin.
Is there anywhere I can misty step like up above the gas?
Not
I
that.
imagine not, right?
No, at this point, over the course of like the last 3 turns, the gas started in from like a low line, but has like filled and risen so that pretty much the whole room is
Yeah,
now
makes
filled.
sense.
It's easy. It's not a thick gas. You can still see through it, but it doesn't hurt. It hurts a lot when you breathe it in.
Yeah. There's nothing else I can do with my bonus action, so I guess I just tell Elliot like.
Spin.
Are you opening your mouth to talk? No, I'm joking.
Okay.
You got the mind.
You got the message.
I don't know, dude. Some GMs are like, "Did you talk? Okay, fucking Constitution saving throw."
No.
The
One of my
40-20.
friends who I play in one of his campaigns is very pedantic about that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I started making jokes about it, and it's leaking into my other campaigns.
Yeah, I just indicate like.
I gotta spin this shit.
You want to try and spin it?
I'm trying to spin it.
All right.
Yeah.
Make me an athletics check.
I love spinning. That's a 19 on the dice.
All right. Have you ever tried pushing a car on a treadmill while also on the treadmill?
What?
No.
A
but I
car
tried.
on a treadmill?
That's such a specific.
Have you ever tried pushing an object that is on a treadmill while you are also on a treadmill?
I'm flying.
No, oh, darn. I can't use that joke. Damn it. He actually managed to find the one way to break
Get
my
fucked,
physics
Mr.
joke.
L.
As you do, you begin to push against the door.
Game Master gets destroyed by facts and logic.
No, flying. Physics. Where did you go in my D&D game?
You're
Strong 2-foot fairy Rex.
Be quiet, Gabbo. Stupid. Alright, well, just for that, as you begin to fly against it, you push with all of your might against the door. As the platform that the platform in the wall that the bookshelf is standing on begins to spin and rotate, as there's now just enough room for everyone to squeeze through into the passageway behind. You can see torches lined through this passageway, filling this hallway with light. As you can see, it leads down to another room, probably about a good dashes away down the hallway. Would you like to then walk through the door? Alright, Valentine, do you want to walk through the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, actually. I'm staying inside the room.
Gabbo?
You know what?
Yeah,
I think I'll die to poison gas.
I think I'll die,
You know
actually.
what? I think it's really comforting breathing all that crap in.
I think I'll die.
You know what? I want to be a little bit safe just in case
Guess
if
I'll
we
die.
go in the room and we're still in turn-based mode. So I'm going to cunning action dash and go into the next room.
Alright, so you're going to run to the end of the hallway. Okay.
I clothesline him along the way.
Unfortunately, you said you were flying. Gabbo is underneath your flight path.
Who said I do it with my arms?
Alright, so as we are still in the gas, Mindy, you are still the
Constitution
only one in the room.
saving throw.
Another Constitution
Oh
saving throw.
boy.
I'm gonna fail eventually, which is right now. Just kidding. 16.
Yeah, okay, you're fine.
Winning at video
So
games.
Mindy,
I used the gay dice. I won.
Mindy, do you want to push your way back through into the next room, into the hallway? Or do you want to stay in the poison gas room?
Take a wild fucking guess.
Alright, so staying in the gas room it is. As you begin to push your way through, you guys can now see...
You take 14d12 damage.
As you push your way through the doorway, you guys see, as the last of you step out of the room, the door begins to, on its own, as if now no longer being resisted by anyone pushing the door, slides back into place, sealing the other room up. None of the gas continues to leak through, and you guys have survived the poison room puzzle. Good job.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Where's that bitch?
Ellotte, 5 points of inspiration for being the one to get the door open.
I had found the door.
He found the door.
Everyone else, you get 3 points of inspiration for not
yeah.
dying.
I do deserve that. I'm a fucking
I
wizard.
should get 4.
I'm supposed to
I should
die.
get 4 for finding the door.
Man, it pays being strong.
2 points of inspiration for not dying now, Nick.
So 5 in total?
No, 2 in total.
Bro, you asshole.
Would he get more inspiration if he died?
It's your room tonight, your closet. Gabbo's appearing in your closet tonight.
Oh no, not Gabbo. Not a very small, puntable creature.
No, when he's hidden.
Gabbo did jump on a guy and fucking kill him, so
That's
that's
fair.
really
When
not
he's hidden.
a threat you
When
want to
he's
In
make.
front
against
of me
you.
too.
Yeah.
That's fair.
In front of the paladin.
In front of the
Can
paladin.
you believe it? The nervousome people.
Alright. As you guys begin ducking and running into the next room, you start running through this dark tunnel thinking, what might be in store for us next? As that is where we are going to leave off this episode.
Wow, I had no idea that's where you're going to leave it off. I could not tell at all.
That's so weird.
Hey, look at you go. You made it to the end of the episode and, bonus, you're still sane. Really proud of you folks. Speaking of folks that I'm really proud of, just kind of personally, I just want to take a second to highlight the amazing work our people are doing behind the scenes here to give you such an amazing podcast to listen to. You know what I'm saying? Nick, of course, our amazing editor. Belle, our music producer, who writes all the cool music that we've been playing in the background, all of the transition music, the intro, everything, all theirs. Rani, our social media coordinator. Laura begged to be the Twitter manager. So yeah. And then of course, Brian for just kind of being here. Thank you very much for listening to episode 4 of Dungeons and Dumbness. If you've enjoyed listening, maybe go check out the other episodes. There's like 1, 2, and 3 episodes like before this one. So maybe go check them out. Maybe even just smash the like button. Or whatever people who know how to do social media say, because I do not. Speaking of, be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter to see some more behind the scenes stuff, some like little clips or funnies from during recording sessions. And then our next episode will be out on April 12th, so be sure to mark your calendars. I don't know how to end off a recording, so I'm just going to say, bye.